I'm getting real sick of this thing called Earth. I'm telling y'all, this thing, it needs some tweaks. It need an update. Because when was the last time we had an update from God? Because God, like, come on, man, send an update early. Because this woke crap, I can't deal with. I seriously can't. They got men competing against women in the Olympics. What? God made men and he made women for a reason, okay? This is what these liberals, Democrats, this is what this woke mob wants. They want to say that, you know, the right, they're trying to take away your rights and take away you being a woman and this, that, and the third. But I clearly just watched. I'm clearly watching them take away y'all rights. 100%. Y'all can't even have your own bathroom. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your own bathroom. You're now considered a pregnant person or a person who can have babies. You know what I mean? Like they're removing the woman sentiment completely away from you guys, man. What? Let's read some of these. Mentally ill men are beating women at the Olympics. Disgusting. How can you walk away from that feeling okay and confident in yourself knowing that you just robbed that woman like that, man? Kamala Harris supports this, okay, guys? Trump doesn't. Vote accordingly, okay? Somebody said it takes 30 seconds of Googling to find out that this woman isn't trans and was literally just born as a woman who naturally has higher testosterone. This is obviously satire, guys. Men do not belong in women's sports, though. That's bottom line. I don't care what nobody says. Men do not deserve to be competing against women. That's just not okay on no level. I don't see how any of y'all would think so. You know, just another reason to boycott the Olympics. Somebody else said. Very typical to find very typical to try and wokeness with a lie. Republicans have to lie to get a point across. That's why they always lose. Yeah, whatever. Yet another reason I won't be watching even 1 second of the Olympics this year. You can't watch nothing these days. Like everything is woke these days, man. Every single thing. They said that she just responded. Jake Paul actually offered that woman who lost. He offered her a fight. On one of his cards. You can see right here, say just in, Jake Paul has offered Angela Carini the chance to fight on an MVP card against an actual woman in a national televised fight. I think this is a pretty cool move for him right here. Let's read this out loud. This says, to Angela Carini, although your dreams couldn't come true today because of the crazy agendas that are at play in our world at the moment, I would love to offer you the fight of an MVP undercard to show the world your talents on a fair platform and not against a man. Internet, help this find her. I'm pretty sure she's gonna see it, dog. For sure. First, y'all mock Christ, right? Just look at the agenda at hand. They mocking Christ, right? They're telling women that they aren't women anymore, but trying to say that the right is trying to take away you being a woman away from you, which is so odd, man. It's so odd. They prance around and try to do all this indoctrination. I'm telling y'all, if y'all would have watched that fight, if you would have seen the first punch that hit that woman's face, you would have realized immediately, like, yeah, this ain't it. And she actually responded by saying, this is unjust. Female boxer yells, this is unjust, and falls to her knees in tears as she quits fight against biologically male Olympic opponent. Emaine Coward is what I'm gonna call her, after just 46 seconds following two powerful punches. Look, God made us different for a reason, okay? All right? It's just life. Two biologically male boxers will compete with women at the Paris Olympics after having previously been barred from fighting in international events. The International Olympic Committee confirmed. Wow. Y'all, they not even hiding it no more. Imagine I don't know how you say this, Khalif, and Algeria, and Lin Yu Ting of Taiwan were both unable to participate in the Women's World Boxing Championship in New Delhi last year, but have been cleared to fight in women's six. Wow. So they couldn't even get cleared to. Wow. Wow. Okay. They couldn't compete in the women's national championship, world boxing championship, but they can compete in the Olympics. What is the agenda here, man? It says cleared, but have been cleared to fight in the women's 66 kilogram and women's 57 kilogram bouts later this week. At the time of their disqualifications, the president of the International Boxing Association, which oversees the World Boxing Championships, claims that the boxers' chromosomes tests showed XY results. Women have two X chromosomes, while men have X and a Y. Quote, based on DNA tests, we identified a number of athletes who tried to trick their colleagues into posing as women, end quote, said Umar whatever, the association's president. Quote, according to the results of the test, it was proved that they have XY chromosomes. Such athletes were disqualified from the competition. This is why you need to impose these type of tests to make sure, because you got people out here, unfortunately, some people you won't even be able to recognize, with the makeup and, if they butcher their body up enough. My question is to all of my beautiful queens out here, all of the women of the world, not cis women, not all this other stuff. Why are you guys allowing this to continue? Now, I'm not saying that y'all just sitting down, just, proceed. But I'm saying this to say, like, they need to stop this. And the only way that they're going to do it is with your voices. Because, us dudes, we say something, we're being misogynist and sexist and all of these other things. To think that women shouldn't compete against men, or men shouldn't compete against women, shall I say. This is beyond fudged up, okay? Beyond. We are fighting these clowns, man. Of this called the system, all right, with these hidden agenda. But look at this one. Not only just with the boxing, they got him in wrestling too.
Uses her hands just to drive Bushman Pinard to the mat. Wonderful turnaround for Fasco. She was beaten in 30 seconds by Agbeghnanu and was utterly distraught in the quarterfinal. And here she's turned things around a couple of hours later. Wonderful performance from the Cossack, disciplined performance. She had a game plan and she stuck to it. Now that
woman 36. Видишь?
to contest for the bronze medal. She'll be really disappointed with that. Bushman Pinard got so close. She really did, and probably her techniques.
Y'all taking away these women's dreams, and y'all making all of their hard work just go down the drain. Because if they're competing against somebody who's a biological male, man, in a sport, a physical sport, they're gonna have to work triple. They're gonna need a hyperbolic chamber or something to work out for years in order to to try to be able to have some sort of even playing field in some instances. But it reminds me of, what happened to Riley Gaines when she ended up losing at the Olympics when it came to that swimming competition. That was really sad, man. But y'all depriving these women of these opportunities. Y'all taking away all of their hard work and pushing it right down the drain just because you can't succeed in your sexist category of sports. Really, you're going to sit here and deprive somebody else of being able to reach their goals and dreams because you want to be selfish, man. How can you sleep at night? How can you go to sleep at night knowing that you just took this away from somebody? Honestly, I
can assure you that my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old daughters will not change in front of biological men. This is ridiculous. I don't care what party you are a part of. If you think that we are all equal and the same biologically, you've literally lost your mind. And when my 2 daughters work hard in the sport, work hard in their craft to be the best that they can be amongst other women, they will compete against other women. I owe Victoria and Olivia and every other young lady in this country that. If you think I'm wrong, I am not the problem. I can assure you. We have an opportunity in this country to get this right in 2024 so we could stop all of this foolishness. But I cannot thank you ladies enough for bringing this up. I apologize that we live in America where this is happening. But thank God for the American spirit fire, and thank God for brave women like you, because it's brave women like you that are going to turn the tide so that future women won't have to suffer in the same way that you have.
Hey guys, welcome back to my little studio. Let's talk about the Olympics. If you don't know what happened, the Olympics allowed a biological male, Imane Khalif, to fight as a woman despite having XY chromosomes and a penis. The result of which ended when he punched this girl in the face so hard twice over the course of 46 seconds that it dislodged her helmet and forced her to drop out. Oh, if I forgot to mention it, the lady was fighting for her dead father's legacy, and during an interview post-fight with reporters, breaks down into tears because she feels like she has failed him. Mind you, the only place that this man was allowed to compete was the Olympics because for whatever reason the French looked at him and went, "That looks like a girl." Here's the thing, you can call me mean, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, this woman is the victim of physical abuse. I'm here to say as a Christian that that is quite literally state-mandated abuse. It's unacceptable. As humans, we've been created wonderfully and fearfully made by God, which means that we have differences. That is not bad, that is just a fact. The difference is that when this professionally trained female boxer went up against a man, she couldn't make it even a minute in the ring with him. And to the people that don't see a problem with that, you have something else that you need to address. Now, as Christian men, we're called to uplift and uphold women to a high position of virtue because that is what they are. They're gifts from God. But when you do this, when you let them be physically beat by other men for the world to see, for entertainment, you have a serious problem that needs addressing.
So the Olympics decided to piss off 2.5 billion people all over the world. They decided it was a great idea to mock every Christian around the world. They tried to replicate the Last Supper with an obese person in the middle as Jesus and a bunch of trans people on the side. Here's the video clip. So there's Jesus. And I'm going to ask the question, does this look like an athlete to you? And what's curious is, what do trans have to do anything with the Olympics? Because last I checked, in the Olympic rules, it specifically says that we keep the venues, Olympic Village, and the podium neutral and free from any political, religious, or ethnic demonstrations. So tell me, what's this? This looks like a religious demonstration to me, so they're breaking their own rules. Furthermore, they made it very clear that trans women will not be competing at the Paris Games, because in 2023 they issued new guidelines that bans transgender women athletes from participating in world athletic events. So why is this hairy-chested man a part of the Olympic ceremony? You have the biggest audience in the world and kids watching. Why do we have this form of paganism representing all these athletes where there's 2.5 billion Christians all over the world and you're slapping them all in the face? Now let's check out this clip. What do you see here? What does this have anything to do with the Olympics? What is the obsession? This is completely and utterly unacceptable, especially when it violates their own guidelines. The guidelines that they set for every athlete around the world. That's why there's a global boycott happening. And personally, I refuse to watch any single event now. I'm only going to watch it on TikTok. You know why? Because it gets them where it hurts them the most, their pockets. Sponsors are not going to dish out money when they see how vast of a drop that they had in viewership. Those viewership numbers I'm instead going to give to TikTok, which gives them the revenue numbers for advertising, and the Olympics gets none of it. We are no longer going to stand for this woke nonsense. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, this is the time to take a stand and end all this nonsense.
The saddest part of all of this is hearing how she didn't even get the even playing field to, continue her father's legacy. That is something that really ate away at my heart, man. Because win, lose, or draw, she at least wanted to have the equal opportunity to be able to do so. She can go home with the defeat and, feeling like a failure, and whatever. I'm not trying to brush past it or whatever. I mean, she can feel like a failure and all that, but she can go home knowing that she tried her best versus going to compete against a man and trying your best and it's not even being, you know, ounce of what is needed to win that situation. And after all of what we just learned, all the facts that we just learned, like I'm hearing that he wasn't even tested, that he wasn't even verified to be a woman and none of that. But this woman, Angela Carini, she's crying, obviously because of a dream of winning a medal for her late father was destroyed in 46 seconds. And yeah, man, let's see what she has to say.
Una cosa, non so se si sente, lui è mio padre. Io ho fatto l'ultimo chilometro perché un giorno mi sentii stanca. Prima di Tokyo mi sentivo stanca. Dissi babbo, sono stanca, gli allenamenti sono intensi, però io non mollo. Lui mi disse, Angelina babbo, un campione è un po' come quando combatti, è un po' come il ciclismo. Il campione quando vede l'ultimo chilometro lo sai che cosa fa? Pedala ancora di più. Allora tu arriva a quell'ultimo chilometro e pedala, vai fino in fondo perché io sarò sempre con te. E così ho fatto. Fino alla fine ho combattuto con sangue negli occhi perché volevo a tutti i costi questa vittoria, solo per mio una cosa.
That was just, man, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking right there, man. It was really tough to get through that. Even, you know, just hearing the voice, yeah, it was hard, man. And they saying that this person that fought against her was a woman. She just had higher testosterone levels, or they said DSD. I don't even know what that is. Or raised as females. They said these individuals have testosterone levels of men. Yeah, so they're trying to put that out there, but I don't really know, man. It looked like, if it is a woman, I'm sorry, it looked like a man to me. Just calling it like I said, y'all. And what happened, this robbery is just unacceptable.